Hello, my awesome losers. Long time no see. Now I know what you're thinking. Megan, where's your blue Canson sketchbook covered in 1,000 stickers? This is not the content I signed up for. Now, confused and angry viewer, I can explain. I've actually transitioned into something called disc binding. Now, what is disc binding? Disc binding is a type of notebook binding that uses discs to hold the sheets of paper. These discs come in a lot of different sizes and colors, and most people use this system for planning, but it's actually helped me a lot as an artist. Now, what's cool about the discs is that you have the ability to add different types of paper, whether that may be Strathmore sketch paper, which I've been using more frequently, or paper from a Canson mixed media sketchbook. This way I don't have to use 8 different sketchbooks at once for different mediums, and I can instead have it all in one place. And it also helps if you like to doodle on random sheets of paper. This way you can just throw it in later with the rest of your sketches. I do have to cut these sheets down for size. A lot of the time my sheets aren't always even, they usually never are, but this doesn't really bother me. And I do have to use a specific hole puncher. I got this one from Michaels, but for me it's kind of fun and relaxing to do. But one of the things that I enjoy most about disc binding is that I can remove the pages and put it back wherever and whenever I want. So I have an art tool called a lightbox, and this allows me to work in layers. And since I frequently work more in digital art, this helps me a lot. Personally, I like to preserve my original sketches, and I also tend to make a lot of mistakes when I try to finish an art piece. So what I do is I take out my original sketch. This is usually drawn on a thinner piece of paper. I then layer the paper that I'll use for the finished art piece. I turn on my lightbox, and I'm able to see my sketch layer as I outline my final artwork. So when I'm finished, I now have each of these things separate, and if I did make a mistake, I can just use another piece of paper, and my sketch is still fine. This is basically the same concept of working with layers in Photoshop or another digital drawing program. I now can just put the sketch back in my sketchbook without having to, physically tape it back in. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, without further ado, here's the actual sketchbook tour, number 17. Oh my gosh, there's so many. So I know what some of you are thinking if you've watched a lot of my other sketchbook tours, is I actually don't have a test page that I usually do, where I test out new art supplies and new materials, because I really haven't been buying or been gifted new art supplies, so I'm just kind of decide just go for the first page. And because of the disc binding system, if I don't like the page, I can always remove it and put another spot if I wanted to. So this right here is just a little cute girl. I think I was just trying to draw a Lolita dress from my mind, but I don't like how it turned out. I don't like her arms or her, the dress is kind of messy. I don't really like the curls of her hair, but I still do think she's pretty cute. My sister really enjoyed this too, and this is just a kind of a mood I was feeling. Now these are actually some sticker designs I had during Easter. This is much of a Easter design, but I still like these of like chicks and bunnies. I really like this little guy. And then I had an idea of like a bunny with a spa day and hanging with his spa friends. I thought that was so cute. I actually might turn these into legit stickers. Working with different colored pens. Here's actually some more sticker designs. We got like a little kitty being an artist, and the same thing with this dog over here, and then just some type of animals and times of day. And then this is actually what's really cool, of course, about the disc binding system. I drew this at work, and I was just on a random copy piece of paper, and so I cut it out to size, and I just used my hole puncher, and I stuck it right in. So, of course, if you have some downtime, you don't actually have a sketchbook, you have some paper on you, it's always great to sketch when you got the time, and now I can just throw it in whenever I want to. And then, drawing with pen. I usually don't like drawing with pen, but I'm trying to be more open to the idea. And we got some giraffes, because your girl loves giraffes. I want to make these into stickers too, and I love this little guy over here. He's just chilling with his tongue out. I also want to do some like gaming stickers, and then here's just some anatomy, some doodles. I like this face right here. And these are some hands. There's actually, I think it's called Subway Hands. I'll put the username right here. It's basically an Instagram page full of just hands, pictures of hands from people on the subway that I tend to use as a reference a lot. Random page.
I think around this time I tried to avoid drawing on the other side of the paper. That's also because when I use my lightbox, if I have two things drawn at once on both sides of the paper, when I have my lightbox, it shows through both things, and it gets I get kind of confused when I'm trying to outline a specific thing. Some pretty girls. I like this little bunny girl. So, I'm making a new art series, and this was actually this was like a test episode, and I was trying to get an idea for the drawing prompt, and it was just two little girls finding this magical flower in a garden. This, of course, is just more of a concept sketch, but what I should have done originally is done thumbnailing. I feel like I jumped too early into the sketch without doing a lot more planning, and I didn't like how this turned out, so I tried again, and of course, I don't even know what this is. It's like ledges or hedges and like a table and perspectives off. So this is when I actually started going more in depth with the planning process. So the concept idea for this drawing was that this grandmother has this granddaughter, and the grandmother has a secret garden. And every year the Easter Bunny hides Easter eggs in the secret garden for her grandmother to find. It's like a thing that they do every year, even though she's like 90 years old. She likes to find his Easter eggs because they're like friends. And the grandmother tells the granddaughter, don't go in the garden, or she didn't tell the granddaughter about the secret garden, but the little girl finds out about the secret garden, and she ends up finding the Easter Bunny there, and he's like, oh no, and the Easter Bunny hasn't been recognized in like over 100 years or so, and so that was kind of the idea of the Easter Bunny getting, cover blown. So this is more of me trying to get more of a final sketch. I never finished it because I didn't like how the episode was turning out. I don't know if I'll ever finish this piece, but I do like the concept idea. I think it's really funny and cute. Just some lovely ladies from Instagram, some crayon swatches, some guys. I hate drawing guys. I'm sorry guys, I draw a lot of females, so drawing males is a little bit difficult for me. Some doodles. Oh, warning, brief nudity alert. Got some boobies there. Okay, so I was trying to draw this dog. I don't know what it's called, but you know those vests that people wear when they go boating or whatever? There's like a more trendy version of that now. I was trying to draw a cool dog wearing that vest and a cap and glasses, and I couldn't put the idea from my head onto paper, and so I tried again. That still wasn't like the idea I was going for, and then this is like the final one, but it still wasn't turning out the way I wanted it to. This dog looks a little bit more nerdy than like cool guy dog, like hipster dog, but I don't know, I just don't think he's cute. I'm drawing some bear pancakes and this dog that was in my short film in junior high, or I think it was senior year. I've been drawing him again. This is actually my boyfriend. He went with me to get my oil change and my car inspected, and so he was on Twitter and I was just drawing him. So here's that dog again that I designed. I actually changed his nose a little bit to be more of a mushroom. My sister said I should name him Puddle because he kind of just squishes into a little puddle of just chub. And then a page that I failed at, more of those Subway hands. But I think these might not have been Subway hands, I think maybe from a different website. Some more hands. A dress design I never finished. I like this idea. This was actually a model on Instagram. I tried to turn her into like some type of a creature. I don't know. I don't like the values how I did this. They're very off. But values is something I'm trying to learn, and like geometric anatomy of the face. I like this pose that this model is doing, but my sister said she looks like she's trying to fan herself, which I do agree, but she's like doing this like flaunting thing with her hair, like, but I couldn't really capture that. Oh, so I bought, don't hate on me, but I bought like the 120 pack of Crayola crayons. They were just there at the store, and I was like 40% off, so I bought them. I'm also gonna use this for my new art series. So, I mean, I'm gonna use them. I still do use them. I like kind of working with crayons sometimes. Some more hands. Gotta get good at those hands. Just some more anatomy sketches. I think I use a website called Stock. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Some more anatomy. Oh, these are actually... So I have some stickers of dogs as if they were magical girls, like I drew them that way. And now I want to do like cats, but as like witches. So these are just kind of some concept ideas. Not all of these will be the final design, but I do like these. Some more anatomy, some failures of faces. More hands. Oh, so fun fact, I actually swatched all the crayons and labeled them. Some swatches are kind of squeezed in because I either forgot a crayon, and some of these colors are very similar. They're just a different, like, one's warm tone, one's cool tone, but I actually, this is really fun to do. I liked all the names of things, like asparagus and robin's egg blue and Bluetiful. I love how corny Crayola gets with their crayon colors. But yeah, I really liked, I had fun doing this. Leave me alone, okay? If I'm gonna buy a set of 120 something, of course I'm gonna swatch it. Some girls from Instagram, just some quick sketches. Low key, I follow people and like certain like girls and guys on Instagram just so I can draw them. Like this girl, I follow her stuff not because it's just aesthetically pleasing, but also I just like to draw her. We got some little cute creatures here, lots of fun. Random page, don't know what that is. I was trying to draw hands with just using a pen without a sketch. I hate working with pen, heads up. Oh, so this is actually kind of cool. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing like this drawing exercise. This isn't a very great example because I wasn't doing a very good job of it. But you take a pen and what you do is you draw circles. And on each side, on one side it's supposed to be thicker than the other side. This I did a kind of a good job here, but I don't know what's going on with these other circles. Drawing exercises, y'all. Drawing exercises. It warms up your hands. Some more anatomy. A giving up page. These are actually called Asaro heads. And what these do is they actually help you learn the planes of the face and geometric anatomy. So when you're shading faces or adding value to the face, you get more of an idea of how to do it. These are just some ladies on Instagram. I follow a lot of models just to draw them. Some heads. I don't really like these two pages. Oh, boobs. Demonetized. I didn't like how I did the face. I like this duck though. little bird there, just chilling. Some more girls on Instagram. I think I just really like fashion also. At one point when I was a kid, I wanted to be like a fashion designer. I think a lot of young people who like art and wanted to be a fashion designer at one point. Or is that just me? I don't know. I just feel like that's a thing. Here's some faces I did, sad of attempt of it. Some more models on Instagram. I really liked how she did her hair. It was really cute. So if you've seen my vlog, you've actually seen some of these sketches of like Pokemon sticker idea designs I have. But for those who haven't, I guess I'll go ahead and show these. Some of these I just reference from drawings, from like reference photos. Just sketching them out, you know, trying to get back in the habit of drawing, because I hadn't drawn drawing for a while. Oh, this is me, by the way. being stressed out and just not feeling it at all. I really like the Vaporeon one I did. It's really cute. Flareon. I already talked about this drawing. I didn't like how I did her nose or the shading. Sometimes you just have one of those pages. trying to draw Midoriya in like my style didn't work out that well. Same with Bakugo. It's been a hot minute. I'm excited for the new season. Giraffes, flying giraffes. Trying to figure out. I want to do a starter poke. Some of the original first gen water type Pokemon. We got Leafeon. I really like this sketch too. I love the squirrel's face. Trying to figure out how I want to do my Eevee stickers, if I want them individually or in a pack. We got Glaceon and Umbreon, probably one of my faves. This is my Avatar: The Last Airbender sticker ideas. Doodles. Another attempt to draw Katara, and I just kind of gave up. Some faces. I kind of like this face. It's kind of loose. I guess you could say, how I drew it. I kind of want to finish her or do something with her. Some more hands, because I gotta get good at drawing hands. If for some reason hands just like to be freaking difficult. Some more anatomy. I really like this drawing of this little bunny creature hanging on this girl's shoulder and just talking smack. And she's like, really? So cute. And I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's having a heck of a time. And then, okay, I don't know if like I saw this guy online and I redrew him by accident, but I like the design. I feel like I've seen something like this online. I'm scared I'm copying someone. He might be a mass murderer, who knows, but like, I don't know, it just came to my head. And then here's just some other ladies on Instagram. This page I gave up on. More ladies. I think it's actually from Pinterest. I might be wrong. Oh! This is, oh, page came off. I will warn you guys, sometimes if you do keep moving pages or move them a lot, especially with working with thin paper, you do have like this to happen, like it kind of curls up, and it can make the paper more susceptible from like coming off more frequently or more easily. So just be aware of that if you do use disc binding. I don't mind it as much, but just a heads up. This is actually a storyboard I started for an animatic I wanted to do for a song, and probably will never happen. Whoops. Some more random doodles, trying to practice values. I messed up the eyes completely, so I just scratched them out. I know I really shouldn't be drawing on the other side, but I had this feeling of like, I'm wasting paper. I'm wasting paper. So I started drawing on the other side. This was an attempt to draw geometric shapes in different angles, which really helps with perspective. So just doing that again in different forms. Sort of attempt of anatomy. Those shoulders, dude. That waist. Just trying to draw clothes really quickly. Not the best idea, but I was trying to be more confident with my lines. Didn't turn out very well. The doodles. World's best grandma. This is actually, I was watching a video about the DLC, or mods, sorry, to Breath of the Wild of Linkle. I was watching the video and drawing at the same time, so I was just trying to draw her elephants as fast as possible. I don't know why, but you know. And then I think I just have some anatomy in the back with pen. Because sometimes, I don't know, I say I don't like working with pen, and then sometimes I'm just like, whatever, let's just do it. And that's everything. Yay. Oh, that page fell out again. Whoops. I think this is about 100 pages of sketching. I'll count. I'll put a number right here of how many pages I did. So I think that's about it. Thank you so much for sticking around for another sketchbook tour. More videos to come, hopefully. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you around. Bye.